A new Fate of the Furious trailer has hit the interwebs, and boy, do we have feelings about it.
They're not
Let's
the
take
same
a look at it, and then we'll talk about it. Roll that beautiful Vin footage.
All right, team, listen up. This crew is about family.
Yeah,
But the
really?
game has changed now.
It's family number one. That's a smart move.
Dominic Toretto just went rogue.
You gonna turn your back on family?
That's family number two.
I know it looks bad. Don't give up on him so easy.
We've only got one chance to make this family whole again.
Family number three.
Don't do this, Dom.
Do you think this franchise is about family, Ross?
One thing I can guarantee.
It's the crux of it.
No one's ready for this.
Okay, so Charlize can hack into cars now, make them drive
There's
themselves
thousands of cars in this city, and now
simultaneously.
they're all mine.
Now I know what it feels like to be every cop ever chasing us. Wait! Oh, damn!
I'm convinced they could have assembled every line and every shot of this movie from the previous Fast and Furious movies, and we would never know. There could be no original footage for this movie shot, and we would never know the difference.
I would still love it.
See, these are just the other movies.
I've crossed before, Dom. You just didn't know it. I think I need to remind you why you chose to be here.
I got no choice.
Oh boy. And then going for his Oscar, which I'm sure he thinks he's going to win for this movie.
If you're gonna catch Dom, you're gonna need a little help.
You want to tell me why you just put me in a room with this teen crumpets-eating criminal?
You know, I think that t-shirt's cutting off the circulation of your brain. You should get bigger size.
You guys are gonna work together.
Love to.
What? Together?
I've been waiting for this. We got a tank.
Of course they have a tank.
My turn.
To fight a submarine, man!
Yeah. Submarine.
What is wrong with you? This is amazing.
They just don't give up, do they?
You thought this was gonna be a street fight.
It's out, torpedo!
Take the wheel.
What?
Uh-huh.
This is crazy!
Alright, you get style points for that one.
See, they shot The Rock back
I
in
don't know why
2010 in
you're
a car
doing
just
this,
going,
but I know one
woo,
thing.
when they just
You
reuse
love
it
me.
for every movie.
Fire!
Hang on to your ass.
Dom!
Well, there you go.
So today I am playing the role of Sasha Pearl-Raver.
Sure.
Who, Sasha and I are the two only, I would say biggest, but in fact we're the only Fast and Furious lovers in the office, but we make up for it by how hard we love this franchise because we love it so hard.
Why?
Why?
Please tell me.
Yes. Okay,
I genuinely want to know why.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good. I'm so excited. Because my mission in life, Dan, is to convert you to be a Fast fan.
Well, that's not going to happen. So
Okay.
what's the second reason why?
Well, then let me give up on the whole life thing.
Like
and
I'm curious. Like Fast and the Furious started off as a Point Break kind of ripoff.
It wasn't kind of. It was 100%.
It was a 100% Point Break ripoff. It was
yeah.
a Paul Walker vehicle franchise.
Yes.
Like he was the headliner of that.
Yes.
You know, he had Too Fast, Too Furious, then he had Tokyo Drift, which didn't work.
Well, he wasn't in Tokyo
Right,
Drift.
but I mean, like you had the two. You had this, and then Too Fast, Too Furious, no Vin.
Yeah, no Vin. Well,
then Tokyo
and then
Drift, nobody that we knew.
Nobody.
Until Vin comes in at the end.
Until Vin comes in at the end.
So then that's the watermark moment.
Yes.
Then you have Fast and Furious 4.
Awesome.
Vin Diesel starts producing these movies.
Yes.
Nobody really went to see it. I mean, it was okay, but it was like the lowest one. It's like the franchise is over.
And then there's the Game Changer.
And then Fast 5. Now, Fast 5, I will say, that's the one that got the balance right. Is you had the characters and you had the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, that's easily the best one of them. Fast 6, I thought was like way too. I think Vin Diesel takes these movies as a producer, and now he's kind of shepherding this thing. He takes these movies so seriously, and they're not meant to be taken seriously, but they take themselves seriously, which is what makes them not fun.
I don't agree. So here's the balance in it, though, is that I will say that Vin Diesel definitely is playing the straight man in these movies, and he's the one that comes in with like, it's all about the family, and he's Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
But he surrounds himself with people like The Rock, and he understands the movie that he's in. And so he really changed the game because he's the guy that gets, oh, I'm going to quip. And it's funny because I did interviews for the Seven, and I talked to him about what it takes to be an action star, and he was like, you kind of have to be a little bit laughing underneath, like you have to be having a really good time.
But Vin Diesel's not doing that.
But
Vin Diesel's not laughing underneath.
Everyone
this is the most serious thing in Vin Diesel's life.
It makes him so much money. Why wouldn't he take it
makes
seriously?
him money. It makes him a lot of money, but it sucks the fun that these movies could. I'm like, if these were dedicated to fun, that's one thing, but they're not.
But you
They're
act like
taken
Vin.
so
You
seriously.
act like this is the Vin one-man show. By the way,
If it was up to him,
I
it
would
would be.
definitely pay to see. But it's not. This is a movie that's 100% an ensemble movie. There's so much about the Fast and the Furious. It's amazing. Let me begin.
But I want just generally, I'm very curious because this is one of those things that I can't wrap my brain around. Like, why do people love these movies? Not ironically. Why do people genuinely love these movies so much? Because I don't understand.
So
I legitimately don't.
So it's not with a sense of irony in the way that a hipster would wear a T-shirt that was like, wouldn't it be cool if I had to eat broccoli all day, but I really hate broccoli. That's the worst hipster reference I have ever made in my life, and it's because I don't understand hipsters. So it's not with a sense of irony in that way. It's a genuine love, but it's a genuine love with a sense of what they are. So you're not going into this movie expecting this to be an Oscar-winning picture. You're not going into this movie.
But Vin Diesel literally expects these to be Oscar-winning
Why are we
pictures. He's
so stuck
literally
on
said because he's
Vin?
the guy that's producing these movies.
I know he's
the
not
guy
the
that's shepherding
only
these
part-
movies, and that's how they feel. They feel so self-serious. I get why Seven had to be. I totally understand.
Yeah.
And Seven, I thought, handled that part. The rest of the stuff was the dumbest thing in the world. Seven, I thought, handled the Paul Walker stuff beautifully, and you could have sent that franchise off on a really nice note.
You didn't like those fights? Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you. I'm just going to list 5 of the reasons that this franchise is amazing.
Yeah.
One, they harpoon down planes, and when they are not harpooning down planes, they are driving out of not just one building but 2. Ladies and gentlemen, and miraculously surviving this. If they're not doing that, then as we see in this, they take the action up every single time. And yes, do the laws of physics not apply? They don't apply at all. It's like watching a cartoon, but it's like watching an amazing cartoon where the stakes actually aren't there. So you're able to give over 100% to the pure fantasy of it all, and that he can catch Michelle in midair, flying off a tank, capture her, and the love is so real between them two. That's the other thing. The tender moments in the film, are they hyperbolic and overplayed? Yes, but that is still part of the fun of it. The Rock gets the joke. He's in there to be the action star, and then they surround themselves with people like Kurt Russell, who, again, if I may reiterate, for now and forever, is the world's greatest living action, non-fighting, action star. He gets how to be an action star. Charlize Theron is there, and she understands, too, that she's there to play and be overly serious, but have fun with it. From what I can see in this trailer, she has been Dom's Moriarty the entire time, and is somehow why you were seeing footage from the other films.
That's what this franchise needs.
Yes.
More retconning.
Yes.
This franchise is not confusing enough as it is from them retconning already.
There's nothing confusing about it. Let me walk you through the chronology.
There's a lot confusing about it. None of it makes sense. I think that Vin Diesel is the high school quarterback who had his glory days 10 years ago, still shows up at the games thinking that everybody cares as much as they did, and people are just like, dude, we're not here to see you. We're here to see the new guy, which is The Rock, by the way. The Rock was barely in the 7th movie. He was in like literally every line that he had was in the trailer. They hate each other, by the way. I think you can tell that they hate each other.
Well, you can tell because they say so on Twitter.
Exactly.
I mean, they're not hiding the fact that
they're
they
not
hate
hiding
each other.
the fact that they hate each other. And yeah, there are no ironic dollars at the box office. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's what you're saying, that nobody
there's so
cares,
many
but people
legitimately
do.
really good movies that go unnoticed.
But you're okay.
And for these, they're just so terrible. They're so bad.
I don't agree. I think that these are a particular type of movie. Look, first of all, let's look at the lineup for this one. F. Gary Gray, who did Straight Outta Compton, is directing this film.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to deliver a bad movie. I think that this is an incredible, whatever you think about Vin, and we can argue about that later, which is fair, all of that aside, it's a great cast. This is an incredible Helen Mirren.
It's the same cast plus Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren, who is arguably one of the greatest actors of our day, lobbied to be in this franchise because that's how fun she thinks it is.
Or she's going to make a shitload of money.
Both those things are true.
Listen, if I had a legitimate shot at getting cast in a Fast and Furious movie and they're going to pay me $5 million, I would lobby the hell out of Vin Diesel to put me in the movie too. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, yes, obviously they are going to make a lot of money. And that's the thing is they are going to make a lot of money because a lot of people like this. And when it's sort of, I understand what you're saying because we see a lot of movies and there's a lot of great little films, but it's almost, it's a false comparison in the sense that, and you know this, if we want people to go see The Lobster, which is a great movie, really fun, very well crafted, very well written, it's a smaller film. It's going to have a more narrow reach in terms of just distribution, who's able to see it. How much money they have to market that movie is going to be reduced. So it's like almost unfair to say that The Fast and the Furious is the reason that people don't go see The Lobster. That's just not true.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's what I heard, Dan.
That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that it's just so cynical almost for them to keep making the same shitty, dumb movie for the 8th time now. And the wave off is just like, but they're supposed to be stupid. Well, that doesn't excuse the fact that they're terribly written. They're almost as badly acted with very, very few exceptions. Like, okay, you want to make these movies, fine. Make them good. Make them good.
But the purpose that they serve, look, we're talking very seriously about this. I love The Fast and the Furious. I think it's really fun. I think it's escapist. It is it's not so guilty pleasure, I guess I would say. From what I can see, she is controlling cars from a remote as if the whole world is a Hot Wheels track. That is so much fun. Also, I foresee a Fast and the Furious Cars crossover because this is the first step to sentience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun. It's so stupid.
I think you can have escapism. I think you can have action. I think you can have fun. And I think you can do it in an intelligent way. And I think these movies are plot thin. They're overdone. They've worn out their welcome. I think they're stupid. I think they know they're stupid. I want to be smart. I think they have a contempt for the audience who they know will not ask for it to be smart. And I think we can do better. That's all I'm saying, Roth. I think we can do better.
And I think that they absolutely know what they are. They know what the audience wants. They want big escapist action sequences that make no sense.
Those movies can be good, though. Those movies can be good.
Okay. What would you rather see? What is the current action franchise? Is it Mission Impossible? I mean, it's fine.
Mission Impossible is a really good
great
action
franchise, but it's a very different franchise.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious is about the action sequences. It's about making them so outlandish and ridiculous that you understand that you are watching a live action cartoon. Cars do not fly out of buildings and people live in reality. This is meant to take you away from the troubles of your day and into a world in which anything is possible. And for some of us, the idea of these car chases and these characters that you've gotten to know over 8 years, cheesy as it may be and silly as it may be, the family element, the heart of it, is there. And add to that, it's so dumb, but in a great, fun, ridiculous, I don't have to think for a few hours and worry about my life kind of a way. But if it's not for you,
that's what the name of this video should be. Fate of the Furious, not for Dan. Not for me.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
I encourage you to find your happy place.
It's just Dan being grumpy. It's just being the stick in the mud. It's like, I'm sorry. I would just ask for a little bit more. If you're going to do these things, just put just a little bit of effort into it.
If we're gonna do the comment, I'm gonna get so dumb. Blondes like dumb things because dumb blondes are dumb.
Oh, come on. That's not what they're gonna say at all. They're gonna say that I'm a stick in the mud, which sometimes I'm a little grumpy.
You know
because
what? Let's just
I'm tired
read me tweets.
Because these shitty movies make so much money, and there's a lot of great movies that make nothing.
Let's just do it. Let's just have the whole video take a turn right now, and each of us read our most recent favorite mean comment. Dan.
All right, no, I'm not even going there. We've been getting the wrap-up signal for like 10 minutes now, so we should wrap this up. What did you think of the Fate of the Furious trailer? Let us know down there in the bottom in the comments below. Do you think the cars should start attacking you? Do you want to see more Charlize Theron driving cars? I preferred her driving cars in Mad Max Fury Road, but that's just me. Great action movie with great action sequences, by the way.
Awesome
Tweet us
movie.
at SJ News. Be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
We love you, Dan.